We are back with more breaking update coming in. Bombings by Iran has put oil prices on fire, and that's a big breaking update that we're tracking for you. Oil prices have surged by as much as 10% as markets open in Asia after US and Israeli strikes on Iran heightened the fears of a wider conflict in the Middle East and potential disruption to the global energy supplies. And that is why we can see that the oil prices have now surged by as much as 10%. Bombings by Iran has put the prices on fire. Gulf war has caused the Monday mayhem as what we can see. Oil shock after Iran's strike. 10% hike in the oil prices in the market as the markets have opened in Asia after US and Israeli strike on Iran has heightened the fears of a wider conflict in Middle East and a potential disruption to global energy supplies.
All right, Pathikrit, what is your understanding? Because Indian markets are all set for a gap down start, you know, as far as the worldwide situation is now concerned, with the volatility that is expected to, go up.
Well, the markets are generally reactive, so there would be some kind of an impact of that you would see in the markets. But, it's a very interesting situation, and that's a reason, in spite of all the big talks and claims by the Americans that India has given up on taking Russian oil, that is not something India will do. As of yet, India continues to procure more than 1 million barrels a day. And if the situation in the Gulf continues to be what it is, and I'm sure it's going to be worse than this, then India would have no option but to buy oil from Russia. And I think even the Western countries would prefer India to buy more oil from Russia to bring down the price. Because if India completely, hypothetically, say, shut down taking oil from Russia and depend on the other suppliers, price is going to go up even more. So India taking more oil from Russia will help the prices to soothe down. And that's why the Vladivostok-Chennai route between India and Russia that was operationalized probably a few years back becomes so very important in terms of securing the supply chain. The situation as it is in Middle East, number one, the Strait of Hormuz has huge issue. Number two, potential threats of terror attacks on critical oil infrastructures is an issue. And then who else? You might take a bit of oil from the Canadians and the Americans, but they are not in a position to completely replace the quantum of supply that Middle East gives, and most of which goes to
well, UAE decided to shut the market for some time as far as when it comes to this volatility is also concerned, and oil continues to remain a contentious issue as far as crude oil purchase is concerned. But speaking of the markets there, because shortly it will be 9 a.m., it's Monday, that's what we are looking at. And it seems that the oil-linked stocks are now going to be in the focus. Will Dalal Street now see red today? Hina, good morning.
Good morning. Well, absolutely. We are expecting a major bloodbath on Dalal Street as well, given what has happened over the weekend. And the biggest impact that the markets are going to witness is of the spike in the oil prices that we have seen on Sunday. Now, Brent has jumped almost 10% to about $80 a barrel. Now, this is a very, very important number that we are looking at, because if this, war really continues for some more time, and if the Strait of Hormuz, the key pathway for supply of global oil to Asia specifically, if that remains shut for a very long time, then the experts are expecting Brent to actually go up to $100 per barrel as well. And that's definitely not going to be a great news for a country like India. It will directly have an impact on our inflation and our economy. And this is something that the markets are going to be extremely concerned about today. So clearly at 9:15 when the markets open, we are expecting a sea of red out there. Right now, if you look at the Asian markets, already they are trading in red, both Nikkei, Hang Seng, etc. Even US futures are giving us an indication as to how the US markets are going to open later in the day as well. So things aren't really looking very good as far as stock markets, oil markets are concerned. All eyes are going to be on Donald Trump and, of course, Iran as to, how soon what we are witnessing right now can be stabilized.
All right, so Indian stock markets will open in another 7 to 8 minutes, so it remains to be seen how that really pans out. Stay on with us, Hina. We have another breaking update coming in amid the tensions in Middle East. UAE has shut down the stock market. Gulf tensions have forced UAE to halt the market, and they've shut it down, is what we're learning. Fearing the financial instability, the markets have been shut down in UAE. Hina, tell us more about this. We're learning that UAE has shut down the stock market, fearing the financial instability given what has happened over the last weekend.
Well, absolutely. As the tension between Iran and the US, Israel specifically, have intensified, the UAE government has now decided to shut down its stock market in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Now, these are going to be they will remain closed for 2 days. That's March 2nd, which is today, and March 3rd, because the country is bracing for missile strikes that Iran has launched following the killing of its supreme leader. In fact, the UAE's Capital Markets Authority announced that Abu Dhabi Securities Exchange and Dubai Financial Market, they will remain closed on March 2nd and 3rd for 2 days.
All right. Thank you very much, Hina, for that update, and thanking all of our guests as well for joining us. This is going to be a coverage that will be comprehensive and continuous. The markets are supposed to open in a short time from now. We'll be getting you the live updates as the experts also continue to be with us heading into a very short.